Doobie 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 doobie. God, every time with the hair in the face. How do you all do it? Oh, hi. It's me, Petra Fried. And welcome to Petra Fried Tries, where me, Petra Fried, idiot drag queen and sturdy lady, tries the recipes of my very favorite celebrity chefs. Ooh, we're in for a treat today. Oh my God, pockets. That's amazing. This thing is like a parachute. Honestly, best thing I've ever worn in drag. It's the holiday season, and you know what that means? Lots of parties, if you happen to be invited to any. I'm unfamiliar. No, I'm throwing a party. So I thought to myself, who would I want to hang out with at a party? And the person at the top of that list, Sohla El-Waylly. Yay! Cool. Sohla, add me, let's be friends. You may know her from the New York Times, you may know her from Bon Appetit, but I first became familiar with Sohla watching Stump Sohla on the Babish Culinary Universe YouTube channel. That is so hard to say. Stump Sohla. Stump Stola. Stump Stola. No, little words. Sohla just released a new cookbook called Start Here, Instructions for Becoming a Better Cook, which I have on my Amazon wish list. I'm poor, buy me presents. So today I decided to put together a party spread using appetizers and snacks and fun foods from Sohla's website directly. So we will be making 3 recipes. That's right, 3 recipes on Petra Fried Tries today. I'm out of my mind and out of my gourd. Cheesy Corn Mochi Cake. Quick broiled shrimp with harissa and beer. And 3, Queso, not from a jar. Queso. I love cheese. What am I doing? I don't know. My wig is too tight. I have no idea who I am anymore. Who are you? Who is this? Who am I? Where am I? Throwing a party today. I got excited. Seriously, pockets. Shall we get started? Let's do it. Ooh. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just prepare a few of my ingredients. The first being these beautiful corns of cobs of corn. I told you I was an idiot. Just the tip. This is a hack that I think I learned directly from Sohla herself. If you're trying to cut corn and you don't want the kernels to go everywhere, you can take a bowl and put a smaller bowl on top of it, and then when you shave the kernels, they'll just fall into the bowl. We're just gonna use the knife and cut all the way down. Hey! And you don't want to get too close because this is going to be bitter and fibrous. So make sure you're just cutting the little kernels off. Wow, that actually works. And we need, we knew we'd lose some. Godspeed. We need 2 cups of this. And also, she says to scrape along the side to get some of that beautiful juice that's left behind on the cob. Oh, this is messy. Ooh, there's a lot in those corners, girl. There's always a lot in the corners. Cheesy Corn Mochi Cake. Confession, I don't know if I've ever even had mochi cake before. So this will be fun. There's corn juice going everywhere. Yeah. The hair as yellow as corn. Meryl Streep wishes. Sohla said it's okay if there's a little bit more corn than 2 cups because the batter is very forgiving. Wish I could say the same. Next, I have a 1/4 cup of butter that I'm just gonna melt in the microwave and let cool for a minute. Yeah, melted. Next, I need a cup of finely grated pecorino romano. Don't judge me, I'm a proud Mediterranean lady. A lot of people wonder what the difference between pecorino and parmigiano is, and it actually mostly has to do with the type of milk that it comes from. Parmigiano Reggiano is a really hard cheese. It's super robust, deep in flavor, has a lot of umami to it, and it is made from a cow's milk. Pecorino is a little funkier, it's a little livelier, and it's made from sheep's milk. Both are delicious. Very fortunately, Sohla gives us a gram measurement for this too, because whenever it says a cup, I never know what that means in terms of what a block is. So, 80 grams of finely grated cheese. Okay, we got a little extra grams, but it's cheese. It's cheese. We're gonna use it. Is there a question? No? I didn't think so? Let's move on. Now we're gonna preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now we're gonna take an 8x8 inch pan, and I'm going to cover the inside with butter. I quite love this part. Get it all lubed up. Do you need some poppers? Hi, I'm a very normal person. Next, I'm going to take my cheese and I'm going to take a mild chili flake, and this is gochugaru, typical in Korean dishes. You can make kimchi with it, just 1 teaspoon. And I'm gonna add it to the cheese. Ooh, the color. Toss that together. I wonder if I finally grated that enough. I'm breaking this up a little bit more because the next step is to coat this buttery pan with this cheese. And I don't know that if it's any bigger than like pulverized, it'll stick to the side. I'm gonna take 1/2 cup of this, set it aside. For later. And then this goes right in the pan. Oh, that actually is working really well. Oh my gosh, yum. It smells so beautiful already. Cheese everywhere. If I could tell you all the weird places I found cheese. That works so well. Moving on, I need to make room for the blender. I'm going to add 1 cup. I'm gonna make it a heaping cup since I have so much extra in here. Into the blender. 3/4 cup of sour cream. Excuse me, I had a large dinner. Right in. Excellent. And then 1/4 cup of our reserved cheese. And blend. Oh, wow. Ooh, that smells good. Show you the texture there. Next up, we're gonna mix our eggs and butter until smooth and combined. I'd love for Saint Nick to whisk me away. Add in ghosts. That's 1 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of sugar. Our corn puree. And whisk away. This already looks very decadent. Ooh. And now for the very mochi ingredient in this recipe, glutinous sweet rice flour. And there are 2 cups. I even got the brand specifically recommended by Sohla. We're best friends. In my mind. Oh, the hole's a little small. Sometimes it's too big. It's never too big. Math. 1, 2, 3, get in there. 4, and the remaining 1 cup of corn kernels. We're just gonna do it all. We live dangerously. Okay, I did that in the wrong order. I was supposed to do the flour first, mix it, and then do the kernels. But here we are. Hopefully it's not ruined. It's all going together anyway. This is cool. It's hot in here. I am satisfied that this is mixed beautifully into the pan. Look at that beautiful color. Yeah. And finally, sprinkle the remaining cheese on top. Cheesy. This now goes into a 350-degree oven for 55 to 65 minutes. That's a long time. Until it's deeply browned. So my anxiety's already kicking up, if you can tell, but my right leg is shaking. But we're gonna trust it. We're gonna trust it until it bounces back gently when you press it. I don't know what that means. We'll find out. I'm gonna clean up and we're gonna move on to recipe number 2. Be right back. Okay, okay, hair out of the face, please. Hair in the face. It's you, you're the one. Stay. Oh, hello. Just enjoying pockets. My mochi cake has been cooking for about 40 minutes, but I thought we'd get started on the next item on our holiday feast, our party platter. Queso, not from a jar. Don't get me wrong, I live for a jar of queso and I can polish one off in no time flat. But this time we're gonna do this on the stovetop here. And we're gonna start with a little handy dandy knife work, okay? Oh, look at that. Perfect. Let's start by finely dicing 1 small onion. Nothing brings me more anxiety than trying to decide which layer of the onion to discard. It's gonna be you today. Served us well. Little just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. You want to dice your onion. What you want to do is cut it in half like this, and you're going to slice horizontally with the board in small layers, and then you'll slice vertically down in small layers, and then you can just go right from the top, chop on down. Make sure you don't cut those fingers. Ooh, that's a great, nice and fine dice. Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Wrap your hands down like this so you don't cut your fingertips off. It's one half. Beautiful. That is a very fine dice. I'm going to peel and ready 3 garlic cloves. Little just the tip.
Just the
Get
tip.
that husk off easily. Put the knife over it and tap it. And now, ooh, strong. Oh, my bones cracked. We'll get 1/3 cup of pickled jalapeno. Whenever I see pickled jalapeno, all I can think of is going to the skating ring, and they were always on top of the nachos. I'm gonna finely chop these. Gorgeous. I'm gonna set those aside in a small dish as well. And of course, the star of our queso, cheese. 8 ounces of Monterey Jack and 8 ounces of American processed cheese. This is really important for queso. This gives it that really melty, gooey texture. If you use something like just cheddar or just Monterey Jack or just Colby or whatever, you're gonna get stringy queso. This is gonna make it super creamy and delicious. I'm gonna grate this up. Whenever I'm feeling a little faint, I just have a cube of cheese. And then these American singles, just gonna tear them up into pieces, pieces. Oh yeah. A little just the tip for you.
Just the tip.
When you have shredded cheese as an ingredient in a recipe, shred your own cheese. When you buy those pre-shredded bags of cheese, not only do you usually pay more per ounce because they've shredded it for you, but you're also paying for things like cellulose and other additives that are not cheese. So if you feel like paying for, I don't know, sawdust, go ahead and do it. But I think this is always a better way to go. The cheese is gonna be fresher, better for your body. I think our mochi cake needs to be tested. Oh my gosh. That looks incredible. Hey, spring's back. That's it. That's what we want. So Sohla says to let this sit and cool. A little just the tip for you.
Just the tip.
Always, when you're cooking in glassware, make sure that when it comes out of the oven, you put it on a trivet or some sort of device like this. Do not put it directly on a countertop. Do not put it directly on a stovetop because it can shatter. Not only would all of your hard work and yummy little treats be gone, but you might hurt yourself. We don't want that. Okay, let's move on to the queso. We're gonna heat this butter 2 tablespoons until it's foamy. Take about a minute. Beautiful. In go the onions. Using a microplane, we'll grate in 3 garlic cloves. Watch your fingies. I honestly don't know how I have to move the hair out of my face so often. What is this insanity? 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. And stir. Stir. The smell, the aroma, the fragrance. These are great. Just tender, but not yet brown. We're going to take 2 teaspoons of cumin, and a ½ teaspoon of cayenne, which is kind of a lot. Why? What is the point? Why? Math. Ooh, it smells good though. I'm gonna stir it for about 30 seconds. I'm already in love. Really? It's you again, isn't it? It's you. He shall be named Dennis. He is a menace. Next, I'm going to add 1 3/4 cup of whole milk. I've measured out 2 cups here, but I'm gonna save that last quarter for something else. I'll show you in a minute. Perfect. So we want this to come up to a simmer. Simmer done. I'm going to take the remaining quarter cup of milk, and the directions say to whisk in a tablespoon of cornstarch. But Sohla also says I can just put it in a jar and shake it up. And I like that, because I need to relieve some stress. I think it's mixed. A watched pot never boils. Aha! We have made it to a better simmer, and we're gonna add the cornstarch milk mixture. We're going to cook this for about a minute until it thickens. Now Sohla says, make sure you do this long enough, because otherwise the cornstarch will not fully hydrate and you won't get the texture you want. Oh, it's so hot in here. Oh wow, it is thickening. Work. I like to use a wooden spoon because you can really judge when things are thickening. We want to bring this up to a simmer again. It's time to add the cheese. Is that my theme song? It's time to add the cheese by Petra Fried. Blah! I reduced the heat to low, and we're gonna add this American cheese in first, and we're gonna stir vigorously so that it doesn't bubble. I imagine this has to do with making sure that it doesn't separate or split. Damn air. Vigorously stir. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Don't let it bubble. This process should take about 3 minutes. Says Sohla. Gorgeous. Ooh, that's a chunk of cheese. Next, we're gonna add the Monterey Jack. And very specific instructions here. Add it in little by little with 30 seconds between each batch, and adjust the heat as necessary while vigorously stirring so that it doesn't bubble. I'm gonna do my best to do all of those things at once. Let's go. Giant pot of cheese, my God. Should reactivate my gym membership tomorrow. Now that all the cheese is added, we'll stir vigorously for about 1 minute. It should look thick and stringy. And it does. Thick and stringy. RG. What we're gonna do is take it off the heat. We're gonna add half of the jalapeno and also 1 tablespoon of the pickling liquid. And mix. Oh, wow. Shit. And then that remaining pickled jalapeno is going to be left to garnish it when we serve. At our party. Taste for salt. I think I will add just a half teaspoon of salt. Really depends on how salty the cheese you're using is. Ah, so delicious. All right, I'm gonna put this on my back burner. Hold tight. Oh, hi, we're back. Ready for recipe number 3 of Sohla's holiday party. Please forgive me. Quick broiled shrimp with Beer and Harissa. I think I went to high school with her. Now, Harissa is a Moroccan spice, very aromatic. This recipe calls for a lot of this, so this will be very interesting to see. I put a sheet pan with a layer of tinfoil on it under my broiler to preheat, and I think it's gonna be a very exciting moment. Next, I have a pound of what the hell is that? I have a pound of 16-20 count shrimp. That's generally a jumbo or colossal size. And what that means, 16-20, is it means you'll get 16 to 20 of these babies in a pound. Sohla said specifically, leave the shell on, but devein it. So that's exactly what these are. Most of the flavor in like a seafood stock will actually be coming from the shells. So that's why I have a hunch. She says leave the shells on. They bring a lot to the table, and it's very easy and kind of finger foody fun to pick it apart. We're gonna take a 1.5 teaspoons of salt, toss the shrimp, and just set it aside. Next, I'm going to slice a few cloves of garlic. I'm gonna take 6 ounces of beer. Now, I don't really drink beer, so this was kind of a find. I just picked something random that looked fun. It has a skeleton with a hat and a card in it. Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. This is a New Belgium. Let's try it. Good. So I have a skillet here that's been getting a little warm, and I'm gonna put that beer right in. Ah! Everything's fine. And the garlic right in. And we're going to reduce this down until it's sticky, and really there's only like 3 tablespoons remaining. We'll see about that. I love the smell of alcohol simmering away. Ugh. Let's let it simmer. Ugh. Ooh, that's good. So this is reduced quite a bit, and the next step is to add a stick of butter that's been cubed up and swirl the whole time. She says a tablespoon at a time, but I didn't do that. Oops. It's turning such a lovely butterscotch color with the butter in there. Turn that heat off and remove this from the burner. The next step feels wild to me, but we're gonna do it anyway because it's in the recipe. We are going to add 1/4 cup of dried harissa and 1/4 cup of the harissa sauce. This is a lot. This feels foolish almost. This is like 1/3 of this jar. Ooh, it smells good though. Zeratine. And 1/4 cup of the sauce. Oh, so aromatic. Wow, that is intense. Now this sauce goes right over the shrimp. It's very hot, so it's probably gonna start cooking the shrimp. But make sure you're ready to move fast. Toss. And now we broil. I've been preheating a pan under the broiler. Apparently, I should expect some theater here. There we are. Okay, if that wasn't the duddiest dud experience of my life. I was told it would smoke and sizzle. She did not. We're gonna spread this out in an even layer. Okay, her little sizzle. She says, I'm trying. I'll sizzle for you. Ooh, that beer's getting to me. Ooh, child. Back under the broiler for 4 minutes or so. I can smell my hairspray burning. Shrimp. That's it, we did it. I'm gonna plate up our feast and I'll be right back. Birdie. I think it's gonna get better, the hair thing. And it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Ta-da! Welcome to Sohla's party. Tonight we will be serving quick broiled beer and harissa shrimp, queso not from a jar, and of course, cheesy corn mochi cake. Dig in. Taste test. I'm gonna go backwards and start with the shrimp. I'm a dainty lady. I don't want to make a mess. I have a feeling this is going to be very, very spicy. Peel the skins off. Oh wow. It's juicy, succulent, aromatic. I thought there would be way too much harissa in this recipe. I am proven wrong. Oh, and it's cooked to perfection. This would be delicious. Put over some gorgeous bread. You know, it's also really good and salty. Sometimes I think shrimp is a little undersalted. This, not the case. This is packed full of flavor. Now I just need to find a great dipping sauce to go with it. Maybe something yogurt? That's really good. Let's try the queso. Come on, you. Oh God. Oh, hair. You see, it is the hair. Oh, it's actually really light, not too salty, not too spicy, very cheesy, very gooey. I mean, this is exactly what you want when you want queso. I'm in trouble with that. Just gonna finish the bowl of queso while I sit here. Cheese! Party! Oh, this mother f***ing hair. Last but not least, this is what I'm actually the most excited to try because I don't think I've ever had anything quite like it before, is the cheesy corn mochi cake. I want you. The texture is really sort of gooey, but very solid. It's definitely cooked. Oh wow. The sweet corn inside is absolutely the star. It's like halfway between dinner and dessert. It's super sweet, lovely salt from the cheese. Dare I say, could use a little bit more pepper, could use a little bit more heat. Oh man. And the crispy edge. Truly, I've never had anything like this before and I might be addicted. I might make this all the time. Oh wow. This has been one of the most fun days of cooking I've done in a long time. I thought I would be really overwhelmed by the 3 recipes, but they were all, 1, super duper easy, and 2, each one is so delicious in its own way. Oh, that's good. Thank you for watching this episode of Petra Fried Tries, where me, Petra Fried, an idiot drag queen and sturdy lady, tries the recipes of my very favorite celebrity chefs. I tried 3 recipes from Sohla El-Waylly, and each one delivered. Sohla, that was f***ing awesome. Sohla, you win. You are the winner. You are the one. She is here, and we're all beneath her feet. You wanna come over for a party? You wanna eat snacks with me? No? Fine. I hope you come back next time. But until then, get out of my house. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye.